Some conspiracies sound crazy until they're proven true. Let's uncover 5 shocking theories that actually happened. Number 5. The heart attack gun. In the 1970s, a U.S. Senate investigation revealed the existence of the CIA's chilling heart attack gun. This covert weapon fired darts coated with lethal toxins that could induce cardiac arrest without leaving a trace, just a tiny red dot at the point of entry. The device was part of the CIA's secretive Cold War operations, intended for silent assassinations. The darts were nearly undetectable, ensuring victims appeared to die of natural causes. What's even more shocking is how this revelation exposed the lengths intelligence agencies were willing to go, blurring the line between reality and fiction. It makes you wonder, how many unexplained deaths might actually have been the result of such weapons? Even more unsettling, the heart attack gun was just one of many secret programs that came to light during that era. Could there be even deadlier tools hidden in today's arsenals, waiting to be uncovered? And think about this. How would modern technology amplify the potential of such weapons today? Advanced biometrics, drones, or even AI could turn this sinister concept into something even more terrifying. Why it matters. This weapon proves how far governments were willing to go during the Cold War, leaving us to wonder what other secrets remain buried. Stay tuned, because the conspiracies ahead will shock you even more. Number 4. Operation Northwoods, the USA's fake Cuban terrorist attacks. In 1962, U.S. military leaders created Operation Northwoods, a covert plan to stage fake terrorist attacks on American soil, blaming Cuba to justify an invasion. The proposed attacks included bombings, hijackings, and sinking ships to manipulate public opinion and escalate tensions. What's shocking is that this plan wasn't just an idea, it was approved by military officials and reached the highest levels of the government. The attacks were designed to appear as if Cuban operatives were behind them. The most unsettling part? The U.S. government seriously considered executing this plan. It was only stopped when President John F. Kennedy personally intervened and rejected it, averting a potential conflict. Had Operation Northwoods been approved, it could have triggered a devastating war with Cuba, pulling the world into a Cold War confrontation. This conspiracy shows the extreme lengths governments are willing to go for political gain. Despite being halted, Operation Northwoods reveals how deep the government's willingness to deceive and manipulate runs. What other dark secrets are still hidden in government files? The shocking reality of Operation Northwoods opens our eyes to the disturbing practices governments might employ when seeking to maintain control. The consequences could have been far-reaching if left unchecked. Number 3. CIA's Animal Spies, Operation Acoustic Kitty. In the 1960s, the CIA launched Operation Acoustic Kitty, an absurd plan to turn cats into spies by implanting listening devices into their ears. The CIA spent millions training these cats to gather intelligence, believing they could secretly eavesdrop on foreign officials without being detected. The first test subject, a cat named Pepe, was sent to spy on a Soviet embassy. Unfortunately, the operation ended in disaster when the cat was struck by a car before completing its mission. Despite the failure, the bizarre project highlights the extremes the CIA went to in order to gather intelligence during the Cold War. This absurd mission makes us wonder, were there more outlandish programs hidden from the public eye? What's even more unsettling is the idea that similar covert operations using more advanced technology could still be taking place today. The evolution of surveillance technology has made espionage even more invasive and untraceable. Imagine the potential for artificial intelligence, drones, or bioengineering to enhance these types of experiments now. What once seemed absurd could be made reality. The story of Operation Acoustic Kitty serves as a strange reminder of the unexpected and bizarre tools used for espionage and the lengths to which governments may go to secure their secrets. Stay tuned. Up next, we dive into another shocking conspiracy. Number 2. Operation Sea Spray, the government's bioweapon experiment. In the 1950s, the U.S. Navy carried out Operation Sea Spray, a secret biological warfare experiment that involved spraying bacteria over San Francisco to test the effectiveness of biological weapons. The public had no idea that they were being exposed to these potentially harmful agents. The bacteria used in the experiment, Bacillus globigii, was harmless in small quantities, but had the potential to cause illness in larger doses. After the experiment, several citizens became seriously ill, raising questions about the ethics of the government's secret experiments. What's most chilling is that the Navy's tests were kept hidden from the public for years, and it wasn't until the 1970s that the truth was revealed. The experiment's cover-up shows the dangerous lengths governments were willing to go in the name of military research, without any regard for public safety. Today, the idea of experimenting on civilians still raises concerns, and many fear that government agencies might still conduct secret tests, especially with advancements in biotechnology and surveillance. What's even scarier is that, with modern technology, experiments like Operation Sea Spray could be far more difficult to detect. The legacy of Operation Sea Spray serves as a powerful reminder of the darker side of scientific experimentation and the risks we face when governments act without oversight or transparency. Stay tuned for more shocking revelations coming up next. Number 1. The U.S. government poisoned alcohol, Prohibition's deadly secret. During the Prohibition era, the U.S. government took extreme measures to discourage bootlegging and illegal alcohol production. One of the most horrifying tactics was intentionally poisoning industrial alcohol, which was then sold on the black market. This strategy resulted in over 10,000 deaths. To make matters worse, the government didn't just poison the alcohol, they intentionally added deadly chemicals like methanol, a substance that could cause blindness and death. These poisons were deliberately included in the hope that people would stop drinking bootleg alcohol, but instead, it led to a massive public health crisis. What's even more chilling is that this government-approved poisoning wasn't a small-scale operation. It was a nationwide effort that claimed the lives of thousands of innocent Americans. It raises questions about the extent to which the government is willing to go in order to enforce laws, especially when the public's safety is put at risk. It's a shocking and disturbing chapter of American history that shows the extremes of government control during the Prohibition era. But the question remains, how many more dark secrets are hidden in the past that we're still unaware of today? The lesson we take from this conspiracy? Never underestimate the lengths governments will go to, especially when it comes to protecting their power and control.